Mr. Verma, good evening. Welcome to Startup Central. This is Nayantara. I just finished my interview, my live interview with Ku. You're, of course, the other winner. India's alternative and India's answer to Google Maps. Are you as accurate as Google Maps? Do you tell all of us, traffic data and all of that as well?
Well, if I say we are more accurate, how does that sound? Arrogance? No, it's reality. When it comes to accuracy, when it comes to the details, when it comes to comprehensiveness, because we understand India better. It's very natural for us to understand India better. We have been doing it for last 25 years. So it has not happened overnight. We go down to every house, every building is mapped out where you have the addresses. Like I'm sitting right now from my home office, it's E10 by 4 Vasant Vihar. You can search for it. You can see the building. So I will not say that we are all that I can say is we are a great alternative to Google Maps.
Okay. And I guess because you've been around for 25 years, you understand the Indian roads, the way it works, the dirt roads, the shortcuts, the traffic jams, all of that is accounted for in MapmyIndia?
Absolutely, you said it. You know, when in 2007, when we first launched our portable devices for navigation, again, Google was hardly there. People wondered that in India you don't have the names of the streets. How can a navigation work? But the beauty was when the roads don't have names, all the more it helps when you say 100 meters turn left or whatever. Coming to every detailed lanes, gullies, whatever you call it in urban area, or every dirt road in our villages, we have covered 6 lakh kilometer roads of the country, which we believe 6.5 rather, which we believe is 99% of India's road coverage if you include the dirt roads also. So it can be used for pedestrians, two-wheelers, trucks, four-wheelers. So those are all the use cases, and we are providing that kind of data. Based on that data, any app can be developed. Now, MapmyIndia has come up with its own version of MapmyIndia Move app.
So, now you have been around for 25 years. You have won a massive challenge thrown open by the Prime Minister himself. You're solving problems for India. You have covered 99% of the roads and gullies and all of that, pagdandis also in India. What's next for MapmyIndia?
Okay, having started with 2D maps, we went to the 3D maps, and now we are talking about even a 4D map. Now 3D people can understand. I don't know. Let me explain what a 4D means. 4D means definitely you are talking about the time factor, that one way is this way, from this time to that. So the next big wave for us is on multiple fronts. One is on the technology front, the other is on the use side of it. Let me first tell you the use side of it. The use side is we have given a very nice location specific thing called e-lock. E-lock is a 6-character code, and every place in India can be identified with that e-lock code. Now, in India, the addresses are very unstructured, or even if they are structured, they are very difficult to type or remember. Somebody will put a slash, somebody will put a dash. So even smartest software have difficulties. So all that we have done is, like our office, 237 Okhla Phase 3, New Delhi, a simple code of MMI 000, you type and you reach that destination. Our our data is so accurate that it takes you to the doorstep. It doesn't leave you in the locality or near a landmark which you find the software which you might be using. So we believe that with these kinds of innovation, I will say it's first in world using a 6-character code, and something which we believe with this kind of encouragement from the government through this app challenge, probably people will get to know and they will start using it.
So, Verma, how daunting is it that you've been around for 25 years? You were around before Google. We had even heard Google Maps. I remember I was a rookie reporter working for a newspaper when I used to call you up for interviews. You won't remember that. This is 15 years ago. But you've been around for so long. I remember your devices and all of that. Now you have someone, whether it is a Google Maps with all its might and backing and billions of dollars in the country. How are you going to monetize MapmyIndia? How are you going to compete with Google Maps? How are you going to encourage people to make that switch? Because now you also have a situation, for example, where Google, because of its relationship with Ola or Uber, let's say, has trained a lot of drivers to use their app.
Very interesting. You have to, as an entrepreneur, right from day one, 25 years back, we said we want to go with a sustainable business model. What does that mean? That it has to be a customer-funded business model. Now, when you take that route and you follow that principle, which I tell many of my young entrepreneurs also, one, you are safe from the investors taking away the chunk of your stake in the company. Second is you learn to be Aatmanirbahr on your own. So how we have implemented it? The way we implemented it, we knew in 2006, 7, 8 timeframe that when Google came in with its own maps, we knew very well that their might will not be able to challenge that easily unless until the government of India follows the policy and encourages Indian entrepreneurs. I'm talking about those days, like what China did, what Japan did, what South Korea did, because Google almost took away all the mapping companies around the world, excepting those 3 countries where the government protected, and in India, because we were Aatmanirbahr from day one. So what we did, we said, since we can't fight this might, the best way would be to go in a different way. And we latched on to the automotive companies. So today, when you see any car which has a navigation, believe me, 90% of the cars have MapmyIndia maps. They give it for free, but they pay us. So when it comes to that, because of that, and because of our partnership with so many enterprises, including the names you said, Ola, Uber, in the back end, because of accuracy, they use MapmyIndia maps. Not only Ola, Uber, but you think of Paytm, or you think of PhonePe. I can keep naming them, or Amazon. Even their front end has MapmyIndia maps. It's just a matter of knowing that whose maps are there. People just assume that it might be Google. It's not true. Through this process, we have already reached out to 200 million consumers indirectly. And that's not a small number, and they are paid. Whereas directly, if you ask me, the way people download Google Maps, we might be at a stage of only few millions, 3-4 millions. Now, in the whole process, what is happening? Why people are not downloading it directly? The reason is simple, that Android phones comes bundled with Google Maps. Nobody can help it, and people generally don't want to download another app. But we believe now that change will start happening. And why do we believe that? Is because it's just not a map anymore from MapmyIndia. MapmyIndia Move app is much beyond navigation. It is something that provides you safety. It is something that provides you, safety from not just Corona perspective. when you drive and if somebody is warned that there is a pothole or there is a sharp curve ahead of you, it all adds up to values
Right.
that probably we are unique
Correct.
in that in the country. And hopefully with this app challenge award, I guess people will start knowing about it.
Well, I'm
And thanks to
sure.
you also, ET, that you have brought me on the program, and a lot of people must be listening to me.
Well, Mr. Verma, there's a reason why MapmyIndia impressed the jury, right, for the app challenge thrown by the Prime Minister. We've completely run out of time. Thank you so much for joining us here. There's the other winner of the Pradhan Mantri Aatmanirbahr App Innovation Challenge, MapmyIndia. So today we got you two of the winners. One, India's answer to Twitter. Second, India's answer to Google Maps. Yes, to innovation. With that, we'll take a short commercial break. But don't go anywhere. We've got a lot lined up for you on the other side, including the latest on that massive Prime Day sale of Amazon.